Dayton Oaks Derby. Did we take our break there or not, Matt? I don't think we did. So we'll double it up. I don't think we took our race 10 break, so we'll double it up after the race 11. We'll just keep it here.
We're live now, right?
Right, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. As far as we know, we're still live. Susan, check your phone there. Susan's checking her phone. That's how we monitor these things. We check our phones to see if we're live.
Somebody asked, did we lose the signal? And Chris said, I thought it was just me. No, it was all of us.
It was all of us.
We just kind of lost things.
Yep, but we are back now. And so
we're going to have to go back to those comments and see. Because I don't understand this stuff. I don't get some comments on my phone. I see more comments whenever I go home from one of these and I'm in bed and I'm reading through the comments.
We see extra ones, yeah. Nope, I know exactly it.
It's just, he's got to be a great horse, and he's fresh.
We're seeing what we can get here. Well, let's take a look at this 11th for the Dayton Oaks Derby. This will be the 3-year-old mares and up. The number 1 is Forceful Power. Sandy Beatty drives and trains for Steve Sexton. 13 starts on the year, 5 wins, 4 seconds, 2/3, earnings of $78,000 this year. Has won 5, has hit the board in 5 of the last 6. Last time out at Scioto Downs, finished second in the Open.
Eternal Lee leaves from the 2 spot. Andrew McCarthy is the driver. Chris Ryder, the trainer. Murray Ferguson Jr. from Sutton West, Ontario, Canada, is the owner. This is a 4-year-old mare by Southwind Frank. 35 lifetime starts, 12 wins, $493,000 in earnings, and a mark of 151 at Lexington as a 3-year-old, and this year a mark of 51-4 at the Meadowlands.
The number 3 is War We Xenia. Tim Tetrick drives for Mark Stacey. 14 starts this year, has not won this year, a 2nd and 5/3, earning of $77,000. This is a 4-year-old mare by Wallner out of the mare Endless Flirt. Mark Stacey co-owns along with David McDonald, Dale Larson, and Diane Betran. This was a $50,000 purchase at the Lexington Select Sale.
Swan Fine Lady and Dan Noble have the 4-hole. Edward Zubkoff Jr. is the trainer. Brookside Stables from Grayville, Indiana, own this 5-year-old mare by Swan for All. She's out of a credit winner mare, has 116 lifetime starts and 36 wins for earnings of $261,000, a mark of 52-3 this year as a 5-year-old at Northfield Park.
The number 5 is HP Mama B. Louis Raw drives for Benoit. You did it again, didn't you? You did that on purpose, didn't you? For Benoit Bellejean, this 5-year-old mare by Royalty for Life is out of Winter's Jewel. A homebred for Bellejean, 22 starts, 4 wins, 5 seconds, and 3/3 lifetime earnings over $500,000.
Rocky Fava from Newburgh, New York, owns and trains Swan's Eye, who leaves from post position 6. Doug McNair will drive. This is a 4-year-old Swan for All out of a Dewey Cheatham and Howe mare. 47 lifetime starts, 10 wins, $168,000 in earnings, a mark of 53-3 taken this year at Tioga Downs.
The number 7 is Jiggy Jog S. Dexter Dunn drives for Aki's Fenstadt. This is a 4-year-old mare by Wallner out of the Cantab Hall mare Hot Mess Hanover. 7 starts, has hit the board in all 7, 4 wins, 3 seconds, lifetime, 14 wins and 31 starts, earnings of over $1.7 million.
And Refined has Tyler Smith up. Virgil Morgan Jr. is the trainer for Joyce McClelland and Larry Wills. This is a 7-year-old mare by Uncle Peter out of a Malabar Man mare. Just won her last start at Delaware in the Ohio Breeder Championship age division in 54-1. Did win earlier this year at Scioto Downs in 52 flat. $211,000 this year, $362,000 as a 6-year-old, 963 lifetime, so 36 wins, closing in on becoming a millionaire.
The number 9 is MM's Dream. David Miller drives for Ron Burke. This is a Swan for All 4-year-old out of the mare Trading Places, 11-star stables. D. Bellacino and Hillside Stables of Dundee, Ohio, co-own this horse. 8 times has hit the board in 10 starts with 7 wins. Earnings of $489,000 this year. 1.25 lifetime earnings, has won 5 of the last 6, including the $90,000 Miss Versatility at Delaware and also the RM Trot at Yonkers that went for $250,000 earlier this month. So that's the field. I am going to make a ruling. We're going to have 2 winners, so you got to find prizes.
Okay.
Cheryl Morehart Anderson was the first to say Dancin' Yankee. So there is your first one, and the second one, Kathy Clark, came up with Buckeye St. Pat. So those are your 2 that are the other $2 million Ohio breds. Charlie May and It's Academic joined those 2 earlier this year. So if Cheryl, if you and Kathy could send your contact information to publications at ohha.com. That's publications at ohha.com. We will get you some prizes out. And Susan will take care of that. So
I will.
Glad to
Having a
have it.
problem with my phone for some reason. I'm back on race 4.
Well, that's because you got to hit the right buttons. You just go like that, and then you go like that.
Well, that's just like that, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why the phones are doing this lately.
Start it all over, yeah.
Yeah, phones lately have been acting very weird, but there you go. Hopefully it gets there. If not, don't worry about it. We're getting towards the end of the night anyways for the 11th here. Yes. This will be the Dayton Oaks Derby as we're waiting for the horses to head to the track. Track crew has done a great job tonight. That last race going in 1:49.2.
Well, when the very first race of the night goes in 51-3, you know that it was going to be a fast night all night. It was just as Brett Merkel was here and talked about how they get the track. Trackmen don't get enough credit, I don't think, because they're out there dragging the track at all hours.
Well, it's like today. I got here at 2 o'clock. They were out working on the track at 2 o'clock. And they were out there even before that. And, they're still out there right now. They're dragging it. They're making sure it's ready to go. Yeah,
and it gets harder to take care of a track in the winter. I remember when I first moved here, when Scioto still had winter training, they would be freeze drying the track all night in the winter so that it didn't freeze up solid. So they'd just be working that track all night long to make sure it was good for the horsemen. And it's not an easy job.
We are down to our final 4 races. The 11th will be the Dayton Oaks Derby. That'll be followed by the Dayton Distaff Derby. Then it's the Dayton Trotting Derby, and then we will end it with the Dayton Derby. As the horses are coming out, let's send it up to Barry Vickroyd.
Horses leaving the paddock headed to the track for the 11th race. Grand Circuit Day, the $250,000 Dayton Oaks Derby. No changes in the field of 9. It will start the late pick 4. Low 15% takeout on the pick 4. Here's the field. Number 1 is Forceful Power, owned by Steve Saxton. Sandy Beatty trains, a mark of 152-3 at Scioto Downs. Sandy Beatty in number 1, Forceful Power. Number 2 is Eternal Lee, owned by Murray Ferguson Jr. Chris Ryder trains, mark 151 at the Red Mile. Andrew McCarthy, the 2, Eternal Lee. Number 3 is War Weezenia. Mark Stacy, David McDonald, Dale Larson, Diane Bertrand. Mark 152-2 at the Meadowlands. Mark Stacy trains. Tim Tetrick, the 3, War Weezenia. 4, Swan Fine Lady, Humber Brookside Stables. Ed Zumkopf Jr., the trainer, mark 152-3 at Northfield Park. Dan Noble, the 4, Swan Fine Lady. 5 is HP Mama B, owned and trained by Benoit Bayerjan at mark of 151 and 4 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Louis Waugh, the 5, HP Mama B. 6 is Swan's Eye, owned and trained by Rocco Fava, a mark of 153 and 3 at Tioga Downs. It's Doug McNair on the 6, Swan's Eye. 7 is Jiggy Jog, Jorgen Spardall Inc., trained by Okie Swanstead, mark 150 at the Red Mile. Dexter down the 7, Jiggy Jog. Number 8 is Refined, owned by Joyce McClellan and Larry Wells, mark of 151 and 3 at Saddle Downs. Virgil Morgan Jr. trains the 8, Refined Tyler Smith. Completing the field is 9, MM's Dream. It's owned by 11 Star Stables, Frank Baldacchino and Hillside Stables. Ronberg trains, mark of 150 at the Meadowlands. David Miller, the 9, MM's Dream. That's the field for the Dayton Oaks Derby Win Play Show.
So there you go. There is the field. And Susan, we talked about the Pacers in the times. Take a look at some of these trotting times, too. You've got 2 of them with marks of 50, Jiggy Jog and MM's Dream. And then you've got, Eternal Lee at 51, Refined 51 and 3 as well.
Yeah, it's just so fast. And the money, too. I mean, they've made so much money. We've got the Jiggy Jog leading the pack at $1,700,000. MM's Dream $1,200,000. Refined and very close to
just so you know, Jiggy Jog is owned by Jorgen Sparadal. You said I went over it. I just missed it, not on purpose, so.
Some of these names are tough. As I said, you can tell that Frank's been doing this a long time because he just goes over them like no big deal.
As we get set to go for this, the Dayton Oaks Derby, the number 1, Forceful Power, number 2, Eternal Lee, number 3, Waraway Xenia, number 4, Swan Fine Lady, number 5, HP Mama B, number 6, Swan's Eye, number 7, Jiggy Jog, number 8, Refined, and number 9, MM's Dream.
So it looks like so far all of our drivers have gotten here from Lexington. We didn't have anybody scratched yet in these big races, and we've got some big names in here too. I was looking down the ages of all of these guys. I mean, Andrew McCarthy's 37, T-Trix 41, Dan Noble's 40, Louise Roy 33, Doug McGair 33, Dexter Dunn 34, Tyler Smith 30, and we've got bookends of the one horse is Hugh Beatty, who is 67, and David Miller at the outside, who's 58. But these
they're in their prime.
Yes,
they are in their prime years right now.
Yep. So they can make the trip from Lexington up here and make the trip back, and it's okay because they're all in their 30s and 40s. That's okay.
There's a look at the number 4, Dan Noble with Swan Fine Lady. Number of horses in this race with Ohio connections. Forceful Power, owned by Steve Sexton of Xenia. Hugh Beatty drives and trains, stabled over at the Winter Circle Training Center south of Columbus. You take a look at Dan Noble driving Swan Fine Lady. You've got Tyler Smith and Virgil Morgan Jr. teaming up for Joyce McClellan and Larry Wells with Refined. MM's Dream, Hillside Stables of Dundee, Ohio, co-owners in that horse. So as they get set to go here with the 11th tonight.
I thought it was really neat when you asked Mr. McClelland about his trophy room, and he said he has them at golf course.
Their golf course, Eagle Sticks that they own.
That is really neat because that's showing all these other people, what he does and what he's done with these horses. That's pretty neat.
Well, now that I know that, I may have to give Mr. McClellan a call, try to get a tee time to go play Eagle Sticks. I played it a long, long time ago. It's a great course in Zanesville, a very, very nice course. It's been a while since I played it, but I'll have to find out more about that.
Yeah. Tell me you just want to see the trophies, but really you want to play.
Hey, I'll bring out the trophies for them. We got a box of them. Let's send it up to Barry Vickroy.
Female trotters for the 11th Dayton Raceway. Dayton Oaks Derby, Rail Out, Forceful Power, Eternal Lead, Waraway Xenia. Swan Fine Lady, HP Mama B, Swan's Eye, Jiggy Jog, Refined, and on the outside, MM's Dream. Start of the late pick 4. They're at the post. Here they go. They are off and trotting. Eternally gets the first call. Center of the track, HP Mama B showing early speed. Forceful Power involved early. MM's Dream on the move early from the far outside with Jiggy Jog to her inside. 6th along the inside, Warways in ya. Then comes Swan Fine Lady. Next is Swan's Eye. Early Trailer Refined. They'll make their way over to the quarter. And Sandy Beatty and Forceful Power have got the early lead. Eternal lead to the inside. Out there and a 3 wide. Driving right on up is MM's Dream. 27-3 opening panel. Racing in 5th as they pass the stands the first time is Jiggy Jog. She is followed by Warway Zinnia. Then comes Swan Fine Lady. Next is Swan's Eye and the Trailer Refined. They're in single file alignment now as they make their way around the paddock turn and head to the half. MM's Dream now has the lead. Forceful Power, 30-1 long shot, has the pocket. Eternally is their 3rd. HP Mama B is 4th. Jiggy Jog next in 5th. The half, 56-2. 28-4, second panel. Out to follow cover is Warway Xenia leading the way. HP Mama B is first stop. It's 65-1. Jiggy Jog follows the cover to the inside, racing in 7th. Swan Fine Lady Refined has moved up 1 spot. The trailer is Swan's Eye to 3/4. It's MM's Dream with the lead. Up on the outside comes Louis Wah with HP Mama B. They pass 3/4 in 124-4, 28-2. 3rd quarter. Inside, Forceful Power is still there. She's had the trip. Jiggy Jog comes 3 wide for Dexter Dunn. Inside, Eternal Lee. As they come to the top of the stretch, Warway Xenia fanning wide for the drive. They're off the turn on their way home. MM's Dream, Jiggy Jog, center of the track is coming on and coming at her. It's Jiggy Jog under a hand drive. She'll open up and win the Dayton Oaks Derby. Jiggy Jog in 152-3.
Jiggy Jog now 8 for 8 hitting the board, 5 wins, and just made it look easy coming down the stretch for the win in 152-3.
Sort of see why she's got $1.7 million on her card the way that she raced. Just walked away from them.
Jiggy Jog with Dexter Dunn for trainer Aki Svenstedt. Came roaring around that final turn and then just turned on the gas, opened up, and pulled away. I think it was MM's Dream hanging on for second, but not 100% sure. We'll see here. Yeah, it looks like MM's Dream was going to be able to hang on for second. And then after that, on the outs, whoever it was on the outside, I think it might have been HP Mama B for third, but we'll wait to see and get the official word. Time was 152-3.
Unofficially first 7, Jiggy Jog. Second to the photo 9, MM's Dream. Third to 5, HP Mama B. Fourth to 1, Forceful Power. 7, 9, 5, 1, unofficial.
So there were your top 4, Jiggy Jog, MM's Dream, HP Mama B, and Forceful Power. Your top 4. And
It's you look at what races these horses have been racing in too. Like Jiggy Jog, just the steel, the handle maturity, the graduate, 6-pack graduate, just been racing in all of the top races in the country, and she's just a 4-year-old.
That's the thing too. You look at some of the races they have been racing in. Let's go up to Barry.
Butter Circle. Winner of the $250,000 Dayton Oaks Derby, number 7, Jiggy Jog. Swedish bred daughter of Walner, out of the Cantab Hall Mare, Hot Mess Hanover. So by Jorgen Smaldal, Inc. of Delray Beach, Florida. Okie Swanstead, the winning trainer. Dexter Dunn with his second on tonight's program, a driving double for Dexter. 5th win of the season for Jiggy Jog, her 15th career win. She takes the Dayton Oaks Derby tonight. It's Dexter Dunn, Jiggy Jog for Okie Swanstead, 152-3.
So there you go. Your top 4 finishers, unofficial, waiting for it to go official, but Jiggy Jog, little arrogance there.
Yep,
I
yep.
know what I'm
Yeah,
doing
I'm
here.
good.
I'm good. I'm here.
It's a little hard to see, but that trophy that they have is
Those,
pretty
it's a
good.
horse head, a glass horse head.
crystal. Mhm.
Crystal, and just, I mean, a beautiful trophy.
Yeah.
I walked by and took a look at it.
I think we're going to have a winner's circle interview.
And
See if we can get to that.
yep, we'll try to get that here in a second. Dexter Dunn to be interviewed. And we'll wait and see. Doesn't look like it's working.
No.
I know they were having audio issues earlier in the week. Chris Santacantarino, who works for us doing the fairs, works here as well, and he thought they had everything resolved. And I think they're still trying, but not sure how long Dexter's going to stick around, because
Yeah.
I believe he's got one in the next race. No, he does not. No, he does not have a drive in the Distaff. So he could wait there for a little while. We'll wait for it to go official, and then we'll hear from Barry. Barry may be throwing it down there after.
Somebody said
The
a good
result.
drive, Beatty. That was Sandy gave that horse a good shot at it. Ended up Forceful Power finishing 4th. So one of our local guys.
You know, we can only look back, but based on the last 7 races, the biggest race that horse has raced in. Everything else has been opens at Scioto Downs. But your winner again, Jiggy Jog, now with 5 wins in 8 starts, lifetime 15 wins in 32 starts. Earnings now of $1,881,000, closing in on being a $2 million earner. Refined, though, does not go over the $1 million mark. We'll have to wait for
Judges opposed
another
to the
race.
inquiry, saying the inquiry directed against number 1 Forceful Power, possible interference in the stretch.
So now we have an inquiry against the number 1 Forceful Power
Forceful Power, possible interference in the
and Sandy Beatty. So we will have to wait to see what happens with the inquiry. They said for action down the stretch. Crowd has lessened a little bit here tonight. It's gotten a little bit chilly. Dexter Dunn with the win gets his 2nd win of the night. He becomes the first driver to double up. We've had a couple of trainers double up tonight. Melby Ober Jr. and Christy Noble, the 2 that have been able to double up tonight on the card. As we wait for the judges to review the stretch here and determine if there was any problem with the number 4 horse, Forceful Power. As you can see, they're taking a look at the stretch run. Looks like Forceful Power.
I sure hope not for Sandy, but I mean, he swung a little deep into the passing lane there.
Was he the one on the inside and kind of
second from the inside at the
that's
wire?
what I thought.
When he makes this turn, she just kind of keeps turning left.
Yep.
And maybe got into a lane she shouldn't have, but it's close.
Looked
I mean,
like
you hate
it
to make
was-
a call like that in a race for this kind of money.
I think that was Andrew McCarthy with the number 2 Eternal Lee going towards the passing lane and just kind of got pushed down a little bit maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see here. We're waiting for the
Test.
waiting to see what they determine. They're taking a long look at this.
Sounds like they're going to have the wireless mic working.
I saw that down there.
But I'm sure they're waiting to make this official.
Yeah, is Dexter still there?
No.
No, so he's gone. So, well, they've got it ready for the next race.
After the judges' review of the video of the stretch drive and discussions with both drivers involved, there will be no placing here in race 11. The inquiry sign being removed.
So
Placing
there
to be
you go.
made, inquiry sign coming down.
So they talked to both drivers, determined there was no interference, forceful power with Sandy Beatty driving and training will remain in fourth. And we'll get the rest of the rundown here in just a minute. Next up, we will have the 12th race on the card, and that will be the Dayton Distaff Derby for 3-year-old and up mare pacing mares. Field of 9 now down
Test,
to
check 1, 2.
8 as the number 7 Max Contract has been scratched sick. Don't forget, we have Ohio County Fair Racing coming up next week. Tuesday and Wednesday we'll be at Coshocton for 2 days of racing, and then we will have next week Sunday morning here at Dayton. We will have the Montgomery Fair races, and that will be followed the week after that by racing from our final fair of the year, our 65th and final fair, the Fairfield County Fair down in Lancaster. And then we will wrap up our live streams 2 weeks from tonight up in Cleveland at the Fair Championships up at MGM Northfield Park.
Fair Championships
It
are
is now gone official, so we'll wait
it has.
for the rundown. We had an inquiry while you were gone on the number 1 Forceful Power, but after talking to the 2 drivers, they determined there was no interference, and it will stay. Now it's just a matter of getting the rest of the official results in.
I was on a Doug Ballinger
The
search.
11th race is official.
Didn't find him.
Here we go. Let's send it
Winner
up to
number 7,
Barry.
Jiggy Jog pays $2.80 to win. The 790 exacta $2.40 50-cent try, $12.35. The superfecta $32. Here's the official order of finish: Forceful Power 4, Eternal A 6, Warway Xenia 5, Swan Fine Lady 7, HP Mama B 3, Swan's Eye 8, Jiggy Jog the winner, Refined 9, MM's Dream 2. Top down 4, 6, 5, 7, 3, 8, 1, 9, 2 on the bottom. Jiggy Jog takes the Dayton Oaks Derby in 152 and 3.
So there you have it, the official rundown, 152 and 3. Your winner, Jiggy Jog. Second one is MM's Dream, and HP Mama B finished in third. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the 12th, which will be the Dayton Distaff Derby right after this.
Cool Winds Farm in Lima, Ohio wishes everyone success with their yearlings and racehorses. Our stallion roster includes the trotter Play Tricks on Me, a fast son of Trixton. Cool Winds also stands proven sire Mr. Apples in the great state of Ohio. Randy and Kim Haynes also stand the only full brother to Some Beach Somewhere, Bring on the Beach, sire of Heart of Chewbacca.
you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
For over 50 years, Midland Acres has provided top-quality Ohio-bred colts and fillies. As a third-generation farm with 500 acres of pasture for breeding to boarding and on-site veterinarian care, we understand the importance of delivering well-cared-for and well-mannered yearlings. Get in the winner's circle with the yearlings by Fear the Dragon, Yankee Cruiser, Pet Rock, Long Tom, and Bit of a Legend. Midland Acres, doing our best to bring you the best.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Welcome back to Dayton Raceway as we get set for the 12th race on our card of 14 tonight, the $250,000 Dayton Distaff Derby for 3-year-old and up pacing mares. The number 1 is Kobe's Gigi. David Miller drives for Melissa Essig. This 5-year-old mare by J.K. Endafinera is out of Twin Oaks Tess, owned by Leander Schwartz and Black and White Stables. 11 starts this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. Earnings of $86,000. Lifetime earnings $477,891. Has hit the board in 2 of the last 3. Last time out, finished second over at Hoosier Park in a filly and mare open, pacing in 150 flat, or 150 and 3. I'm sorry.
Silver Label will leave from the 2 spot. Trainer Nick Gallucci. Millar Farms from Canada, Ontario, Canada, is the owners. This is a 4-year-old mare by Better's Delight out of a Real Desire mare. She has, she's so close to $1 million earner, $988,000, a 4-year-old mark of 147 and 3. And being driven by a guy who must love Ohio now, Scotty Zeron. Scotty Z won both the Jugette and the Jug last week, so I'm sure he's going to be happy to come back to Ohio.
The number 3 is Prohibition Legal. Louis Raw drives for Nick Gallucci. This is a 4-year-old mare by Big Jim out of the Jenna's Beach Boy mare Catch a Wish. Millar Farms owns. Is 3 for 3 this year. A second, a first, and a second. The first coming up at Woodbine in a filly and mare race as a mark of 150. Took that with the win earlier this year, but has paced in 148 and 2, finishing second last time out in the Milton.
Marlowe Hanover and Sam Widger have the 4 spot. Virgil Morgan Jr. is the trainer. This horse is coming off of 4 wins in a row. This is a 6-year-old by Captain Treacherous out of a Sports Rider mare owned by Let It Ride Stables, J.L. Benson Stables, and Bottom Line Racing. $968,000 lifetime. A mark last year as a 5-year-old of 150 at Scioto, but this year also won in 50 and 2 at Scioto Downs.
The number 5 is Boudoir Hanover. Todd McCarthy drives for Tony Alagna. This Captain Treacherous is a 4-year-old out of the American Ideal mare Bedroom Confessions, owned by Riverview Racing, Alagna Racing, Caveat Farms, and D. Plouffe and S. Head out of Florida. 13 starts this year, 5 wins, 3 seconds, 1/3. Earnings of over $1 million lifetime. Finished third at the Milton, was a winner 2 back, has hit the board in 4 straight.
And another Ohio connection, Velocity Lady and Brady Galliers. Brady is also the trainer. Galliers Racing and Look Ahead Racing, both out of the Buckeye State, are the owners. This is a 6-year-old mare by Better's Delight out of an Art Escape mare. 66 lifetime starts, 19 wins, $287,000 in earnings, and a 5-year-old mark of 149 and 4. Also won this year in 150 and 1.
Scratch the number 7 max contract. The number 8 is Michaela. George Brennan drives for Nick Drennan. This is a 5-year-old mare, Always Be Mickey, out of She's Some Treasure, owned by Davino, Shackman, Peretti Farm, and Drennan Stable. Has hit the board in 6 of 9 this year, winning 3 of those. Earnings of over $200,000 this year. Lifetime, 39 starts, 13 wins, earnings of $503,000.
And the amazing Grace Hill coming out of the 9-hole for Doug McNair. Virgil Morgan Jr. is the trainer. Tom Hill from the UK is the owner. This is a 5-year-old mare by Always Be Mickey out of Western Terror. Has just $1.5 million in earnings. Has a 5-year-old record of 147-4 at Woodbine. Coming off of 4 wins in a row in 48, in 52, in 52-3, and 49-4.
2 can go over the $1 million mark in this race. Marlowe Hanover can do it with a first or a second. Silver Label can do it with a first, second, or a third. You know, that Doug. Oh, we found him. Where was he hiding?
He was
down by the winner's circle. Ready to go to the winner's circle.
Joined now by Doug Ballinger. Mr. Ballinger, how you doing tonight?
Good night. Enjoy my night.
Well, is it a good night at the windows or just a good night to be at the races?
I'm holding my own.
We're getting ready for the big ones here. But, you know, the Buckeye Stallion Series, we had 8 different trainers. The only trainer to double up was Melby Ober Jr. And these were some of the horses that we have seen throughout the year.
Oh, yes.
With all of our coverage. So it was kind of nice to see the finality of some of the years for those horses.
One more championship. That would be the Fair Championships, the 14th, I think.
Coming up.
We got Dayton Fair Racing here next Sunday.
Yep, so we're still not done, but we got 3 big ones still to go on the card tonight, don't we?
Yeah, it's some nice racing right now. Great night here at Dayton.
Well, the speeds are up. You know, we're seeing fast times,
Yes.
and we've seen some great racing. I mean, some great finishes where we could throw blankets over,
Yes.
and the photo finish people have been working hard tonight.
I had a lot of compliments. I was actually in Indiana, Portland, Indiana, calling races. Today we started at 11, had 12 races there, and made my way over here. Had a couple people there saying they watched Jug Day, the whole card, from Goshen, Indiana, and really enjoyed our coverage.
That's good. That's always good to hear.
Yes.
It's good to hear people, you know, outside of Ohio. We hear it so much. I mean, I had 3 or 4 people today just walking around thanking us for our coverage and everything we've done, but it's always great when you can hear, you know, the other people on the outside, you know, saying how great it's been.
So how's it feel for you? Fair season is almost over. You'll be heading out of
We'll
state
be heading
soon?
to Florida probably about 10th of November. But I got one more fair to call the races at. I'll be here with you with a broadcast next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, I'm going to call races at Lancaster. You're not going to be there Tuesday.
They're only racing 2 days.
They have mule races.
Oh,
I got to call the mule races.
You're going to call the mules?
I got to call the mule races.
They're doing a whole card of mule racing?
Well, I don't know how much. It's I got to be there. They start at 3.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, we are not covering the mule races.
You're not covering the mule races?
Yeah.
We will not be there.
Shame on you.
We did cover them at Canfield, though.
Right.
We did have them there, but that.
No, I really, working with the OHHA, I really enjoy the broadcast team.
It's been a fun summer.
It has.
It's been a great
long
summer.
summer.
Well, it really feels like it's been long, but when you look
Yep.
at it, we started in mid-June, so
Yes.
we've really only been going less
And I'll
than
never
4
forget
months.
that night in June when it was so cold. I don't know if you made it this year. You were there one night at Paulding, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, it was cold that
Yeah.
night.
I'll tell you can't beat tonight,
No,
though. Just
no,
a
just a
beautiful
gorgeous
evening
night.
tonight, a gorgeous night, just as we get ready for this, the 12th. Who do you like in this one, Doug?
I actually bet a little bit of money on the 5. I can't bet the favorite ever, and I've been pretty lucky tonight getting some 5-1 to 7-1 shots home. So I've had 3 or 4 of those.
So you never bet the favorites?
That's why I'm a dumb bettor.
It would be a poor better.
Yeah.
Every now and then you got to go with the chalk. Just
contributing to the purse pool better.
But see, that's the thing. If you're going to try to make some money, sometimes you got to try to bet against.
And
them.
I usually don't play the gimmicks. I just like to play 3 or 4 to win in place on a horse.
Well, it's like I tell people, I don't win, I don't lose. And they say, what? You don't bet? I said, no, I donate.
You donate.
I just donate to the cause.
Yeah.
I don't look at it as winning or losing. I just donate. And usually I'm donating more than I'm receiving.
Horsemen need the money. It's good to donate.
So I do a lot of that. But it was good. Go ahead, Susan. I'm sorry.
Do you come to Dayton quite a? Will you come? You'll keep coming.
Yeah,
here
I'll
until
come.
You leave?
I was here Tuesday. Actually, I was wore out after the jug, and I knew you were under the weather. But I thought Friday and Saturday I was dead. Working jug every day, and then Sunday and Monday was a little better, and then Tuesday I was kind of excited knowing a friend of mine was coming here to watch the races opening night. So, boy, I was ready to go.
Well, it's like I've told people, you have an advantage. You come here, and you told me this once before. When you come here, you see a lot of horses that we've seen on the fairs that a lot of people don't know about.
Yes, I did. I did pretty good the other night.
You can find some, that are better than they may show in the program.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can, sometimes take advantage of that and come away with a couple of wins. What are you looking for tonight in the Dayton Derby? I mean, last year we had Bulldog Hanover here.
Yeah.
This year we've just got a great field, and as Susan said earlier, you could throw a dart at this program, and any one of these horses you could make a case for.
No, I got to go with Charlie May, Don Tiger. Don, if you're watching, I heard he's not here tonight.
No, he's not here. We had
I'm sure
babysitting problems
couldn't
tonight.
get a babysitter. Oh, my.
It's getting to the point where you just throw your son in the back seat and say, let's go, we're going.
But Don Tiger does so much for the sport. Just a great guy. So I'm rooting for Charlie May. It'll be a tough race. It's anybody's race.
It's going to be an amazing race.
Let's go to the post parade with Barry Bickroy.
$50,000 Dayton Distaff Derby. Scratch the 7 max contract. She's out sick. Race 12 will start the late pick 3. Here's the field. Number 1 is Kobe's GG, owned by Leander Schwartz of the Black and White Stable. Melissa Essig trains. Mark of 148 and 3 at the Meadowlands. David Miller drives the 1. Kobe's GG. Number 2 is Silver Label, owned by Millar Farms. A mark of 147 and 3 at the Meadowlands. The trainer Nick Galucci, Scott Ziron will drive the 2, Silver Label. 3 is Prohibition Legal, owned by Millar Farms. Nick Galucci trains. A mark of 150 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Louis Waugh, the 3, Prohibition Legal. 4 is Marlowe Hanover, owned by Let It Ride Stables. J.L. Benson Stables and Bottom Line Racing, a mark of 150 at Cider Downs. The trainer Virgil Morgan Jr. Sam Wedger drives the 4, Marlowe Hanover. Number 5 is Boudoir Hanover, owned by Riverview Racing, Alanya Racing, Caviar Farms. Loaf and Head, Tony Alanya, the trainer, a mark of 148 and 3 at Hoosier Park. Todd McCarthy drives the 5, Boudoir Hanover. 6 is Velocity Lady, owned by Gowyers Racing and Look Ahead Racing. Brady Gowyers trains, a mark of 149 and 4 right here at Dayton Raceway. Brady Gowyers drives the 6, Velocity Lady. 7 is Scratch. Number 8 is Michaela, owned by Joseph Davino, Brad Shackman, Anthony Peretti Farm, and Drennan Stable. Nick Drennan trains, a mark of 147 and 4 at the Meadowlands. George Brennan drives the 8, Michaela. And completing the field is number 9, Grace Hill, owned by Tom Hill, trained by Virgil Morgan Jr., a mark of 147 and 4 this season at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Doug McNair drives the 9, Grace Hill. That's the field for the Dayton Distaff Derby Win Play Show.
I think what's so fun about these last 3 races, the last 4 races, is that these are horses that you read about. These are horses that you see, on the U.S. Trotting website. They're on Harness Racing Update. They're on all and now we all get to just see them in person here.
We have a great drivers colony at our fairs and at Dayton and Miami Valley, Northfield, Scioto, but you're getting the cream of the crop here. And, we think we got it rough doing these fairs, traveling and tired. These guys race this afternoon at the Red Mile. They're here tonight.
Yeah.
I assume they would spend the night in this area. I don't know, since there's no racing tomorrow at the Red Mile. Would they be going to Pennsylvania or somewhere?
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
just
They
might.
could be going. I
Just
assume
might.
Harris Philadelphia is racing.
Packing
It
up
wouldn't
and
surprise
driving,
me.
driving somewhere,
someplace.
or like you said, maybe getting a place here, staying the night, and then leaving early in the morning. And
Because they will not
heading
drive
over.
at the Red Mile till next Friday. Because they go Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week at the Red Mile.
We were talking about the drivers before, and if you take a look at the drivers in the 14th race, the oldest guy in here is David Miller at 58. I mean, everybody else is 30s, right in the 30, 35 to 40.
Talking about David Miller, I'd never met David. Went back to the paddock, and he was sitting there by himself, and went up and introduced myself, and he knew my name. I wanted to ask him, and I didn't. They was getting ready to come out for a post parade, but I've always heard the story from Randy Leopard with the OHHA at David in his younger years stabled, or he might have worked for Dick Buxton as a groom.
Oh.
How many years? I don't know how old David would be. Probably is David in this race? David is
he's 58.
58. Well, David said, "You'll be announcing me at the fairs one of these days. I'm going to be back on the Ohio Fair circuit." And I said, "Yeah." But David, I think, stayed in the tack room. There's what Randy Leopard told me, and got the right break.
Wow.
I mean, he's good, but you got to get that break.
Yeah.
And that's exactly it. So as we get set to go here in the Dayton Distaff, the 12th race of the night from the rail out, Kobe's GG, the number 1, number 2, Silver Label, number 3, Prohibition Legal, number 4, Marlowe Hanover, number 5, Boudreaux Hanover, number 6, Velocity Lady, scratch the 7, number 8, Michaela, and number 9, Grace Hill. They will move down one slot, which, even though it's only one slot, Grace Hill is going to have a tough road to hoe coming all the way from the outside. The Breeders' Crown winner last year has this year earned $411,000, has hit the board in 11 out of 11 this year, and it's going to be a tough challenge to make it 12 out of 12.
But 11 out of 11 is how you make $411,000 too. I mean, my God.
Good ones can overcome. Well, here she had post-8 at Scioto. Filling Mares Open, probably a little weaker company, came out of post-8, got to the top.
Win in 49 and
49
and 4.
Yeah.
I mean, ooh.
Yeah, it's just a different level.
Yeah.
These horses here.
Yeah, these definitely are. But we said how many track records at the fairs we broke this summer. There's just been track records broke everywhere. These horses are just getting so much faster, and from in each category.
Yes.
If you take a look, and this is interesting, I just noticed this. In our program, you have 6 lines for each of the horses. Okay, even if you keep the number 7 in there, so you got 9 times 6, 54 races there. Only 3 times have one of these horses drawn the rail.
Wow.
I mean, so these horses are used to racing and winning middle of the pack and out. Because you've got Kobe's GG had the rail 5 back. Grace Hill had the rail 5 back, and Silver Label had the rail 6 back.
Final call for
So, it's not like these horses are getting easy trips at all. I mean, they're earning their money. As we are getting ready to go, they are forming up. The starting gate starting to roll down the front
I'm going to
stretch.
step out here and watch this race.
Of course. Go enjoy yourself. Thank you for stepping in for a few seconds, but enjoy it.
Yep.
We're
we will see
still
you
not
next
done
Sunday.
with you.
Okay, take care.
Right. So Doug Ballinger joining us. Let's send it up to Barry Vickroy for the 12th.
The female pacers from the rail out, Kobe's GG, Silver Label, Prohibition Legal, Marlowe Hanover, Boudoir Hanover, Velocity Lady, Michaela on the outside, Grace Hill, Field of 8 for the...
But Grace Hill comes charging down the line to get the win. Comes rolling back, Grace Hill. Gets the win for Virgil Morgan. Doug McNair was in the bike.
Unofficially first 9, Grace Hill. Second, the 3, Prohibition Legal. Third, the 2, Silver Label. Fourth, the 4, Marlowe Hanover. 9-3-2-4. Unofficial Grace Hill takes the Dayton Distaff Derby.
So there you go. We apologize for any technical difficulties we are having. We are working at that to try to make sure we can get it back. And yes, James Byers, we did lose the signal again. We're hoping to have it back in time. But in that race, it was Grace Hill, the winner. Two races left to go. We will try to get things fixed here. There's Virgil Morgan in the winner's circle with Doug McNair. Let's go back up to Barry.
Derby number 9, Grace Hill, a 5-year-old daughter of Always Be Mickey out of the Western Terre Mare, Western Silk. Owned by Tom Hill of Lancashire, UK. Trained by Virgil Morgan Jr., Doug McNair, the winning driver. It's her 28th career win. It's the 9th of the season. That's 3 in a row for Grace Hill. Tonight's mile in 149-2.
What an amazing mare this is, Grace Hill. $1.5 million in. Oh, got errors. Okay. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We just have a little bit. As we said, Grace Hill, $1.5 million, now just got another $125,000 for this race. Just amazing mare. That is 5 wins in a row, 6 wins out of her last 7 starts. So you can see her in the winner's circle. She's being a little stinker there, throwing her head around a little bit, but she's she can do that because she's if you win $1.5 million, you can throw your head all you want, I think.
All right, well,
Virgil Morgan there at the horse's head along with her groom. Another great race. These Dayton Derbies are just really great races. I think we're going to throw it to Rachel Barker for an interview. We're going to see if they can get that done. Grace Hill is just 5 years old. She was purchased for $75,000 at the Lexington Selected Sale as a yearling, and has gone on to earn now about $1.7 million, mark of 47-4 as a 5-year-old. So that's just this year. As a 4-year-old, she had a mark of 48-3 at the Meadowlands, and now winning here tonight in 49-2. I'm going to see if they're going to be able to throw it down to the winner's circle for the interview. So just hold on with us for a little bit here and see if we can grab that interview for you. They were having a little bit of difficulties too with their sound system. I think Rachel has Doug McNair. So hopefully you can hear us. I can't hear Rachel over their sound system on track. But as we said, it's an incredible race. We will get the rundown pretty soon. We haven't had the.
It looks like they're still having problems with their interviews. I know Rachel Barker is going to be doing the interviews if they can get it working. They've got Doug McNair down there, and it looks like they're still having issues trying to get their system working. So bugs are everywhere today.
Yeah.
And
We didn't
apologize.
did we get the rundown yet?
No, we have not. All we have
Okay.
are the top four. The winner was Grace Hill. Number second was Marlowe Hanover. Second was Prohibition Legal. Third was Silver Label. Fourth was Marlowe Hanover. And it looks like it's gone official because the prices have been posted. Final time was 149 and 2.
12th race is official.
So here's the rundown.
Grace Hill pays $4.20 to win. 9-3 Exacta pays $6.50, 50-cent try, $12.30. 9-3 2-4, 20-cent super, $31.10. Here's how they finish the 12th. Kobe's GG 5, Silver Label 3, Prohibition Legal 2. Marlowe Hanover 4, Boudoir Hanover 8, Velocity Lady 6, 7 was Scratch, Michaela 7, Grace Hill the winner. Top down 5-3 2 4 8 6, Scratch 7, 1 on the bottom. Grace Hill chalks up another Grand Circuit win, 149 and 2, taking the Dayton Distaff Derby. 13th race is up next. It's the Dayton Trotting Derby. There are no changes in the 13th. It starts the late double in 12 minutes.
So there you go. We'll take a break now, and when we come back, we are to race number 13, which will be the Dayton Trotting Derby, $250,000 when we return to Dayton Raceway right after this.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1974, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com. Most orders shipped that day, or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 65 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the county fair, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for over $20 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Welcome back to Dayton Raceway as we get set for the 13th race. The crowd is really thinned out here tonight as we now passed 10 o'clock, over 5 hours of racing here, and a lot of the fans have decided they've had enough, not sticking around for the big race.
Well, maybe they're just gonna watch us.
I hope they do. So as we get set for the next one. So as we will have, this will be the Dayton Trotting Derby for 3-year-old and up horses and gelding trotters. They will go for $250,000. 9 will go to the gate as we get set for that race. We're trying to get another interview. We're still 9 minutes to post time. And I think we are going to get the trainer from the last race winner. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Put that on there. Joined now by Virgil Morgan Jr. and Tom Hill. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you doing tonight?
I feel great now. 20 minutes ago, I wasn't so good.
You weren't so sure, were you? So, Virgil, this horse is just unbelievable. Last year she wins the Breeders' Crown, and now 12 for 12. You drew the 9-hole. Any worries going into it, drawing the 9-hole with Grace Hill?
Statistically, the 9-hole here is, most places it's not that great, especially here. I think it was, the 8-hole was like 0 for 42 going in. So, we knew there were some obstacles, and those are all really nice mares. But Grace is special, and she's got tactical gate speed, and obviously she lands in the 3-hole, and her gate speed definitely helps her and dictate things.
So, Tom, why come over to the States for this one? Any particular reason?
Well, I came for Lexington, to be honest with you, and also to see the mare race. Because Virgil said since last year she's the best mare on the planet. I got a lot of stick for saying this the last time, but it is the truth. And some of those guys that do the voting will still not give her recognition of how good a filly she is. She had 2 starts and she wasn't 100%. She had an infection in her foot. Virgil will tell you that. She still finished 2nd and 3rd, and the blood was off. That's how great a mare she is.
What do you have to do to get her the recognition she needs, if she is the greatest one on the earth?
She'll speak for herself. I think in time, that stuff, I don't really pay attention or look at it, but it all comes down to the Breeders' Crown, and my job is just to keep her good and keep her fresh and as sound as possible, and that's what we'll try to do, and her record speaks for itself.
What will you do to keep her fresh leading up to the Breeders' Crown?
She's on a really good routine. She kind of thrives on it. She gets turned out every morning. She gets turned out every evening. And we'll keep her as fresh as possible. We won't give away too many trade secrets here, but we'll try to keep her as good as possible. And she'll probably race 1, maybe 2 more times before the Breeders' Crown.
You have trained an awful lot of horses in your Hall of Fame career. Where does she rank among?
Oh, she's at the top. I mean, I love her. She's, I've been blessed to train a lot of great horses, and she's one of them. She's big, strong, great conformation, and it's a pleasure to train for the Hills. They let me do my job, and it really is. It's a pleasure to train for Tom and the family.
Tom, how did you end up hooking up with Virgil in the first place?
Well, to be honest, we were looking for a trainer in Ohio, and Virgil's stats speak for themselves. There's only Ron Burke won more races than this man, and he's probably 2 or 3 times as many horses. So what can you say? He's a maestro.
Now, are you heading down to Lexington next week with the pocketbook open?
Well, I've got some in the sale. I'm not saying I won't buy anything, but I've got a lot of horses. I've got about 60 odd horses. And when you've got broodmares, you've got a conveyor belt. So you've just got to be careful, otherwise you get clogged up. And I want to just see what's what. I've got a few in the sale. I mean, I hope they sell. If they don't make a decent price, I'll not sell them. But I mean, it's as simple as that's how it is. I don't need to sell them, thank God. But if they make a reasonable price, I'll let them go.
Quick talk about your 2-year-old filly trotter, Sugar Instead. What makes her so special as well?
She's just a sweetheart. She's just really tries so hard. She's so honest and just her mannerism. She's so good behind the gate. She's another one that's tactical, and in these races it means so much to have tactical gate speed where you can overcome a bad post if you draw bad. And she's we're going to try her in the Breeders' Crown also. So probably go in there off of qualifiers with her. I'll probably take her to Hoosier Park and qualify her a couple times leading up to that. But she deserves a shot. She's done everything we've asked her to, and so time will tell.
How much fun are you having this year?
I'm always having fun. I love what I do. I'm always thinking about the next race when they hit the wire. I need to enjoy the wins a little more than what I do. I love to win, but in this business, nobody cares what you did yesterday or the last race. It's what's happening now, and I love what I do.
Tom, how do you keep up on your horses here in the States?
Well, to be honest, my son does most of the paperwork. We've got an accountant in Canada, and he deals with all that sort of stuff. And basically, that's it. I watch it on the TV at home, but it's 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. So it's difficult. And, my wife says, "You come into bed?" And then the next day I'm just dead. As simple as that. But I love it. I mean, I've done it all my life. My father done it before me, and I've been blessed. I've been really blessed with mares. I mean, Party Girl Hill, an exceptional mare. Nikki Hill, an exceptional mare. And this mare's exceptional. I'm just lucky with women.
And it's got to be fun to be here to watch one and win and then get in the winner's circle.
Unbelievable. I wish I could do it more often, but obviously I can't. So I do it whenever I can, and I really enjoyed it tonight. And like I say, it's a pleasure dealing with Virgil because there's no BS. He tells you the way it is, and that's what I like.
Well, Virgil, 29 straight training titles at Scioto Downs. People do care about what you've done in the past. You may think they don't, but they do, and you got to start enjoying these a little more.
That's his problem.
Look at this. Look at him. He's just sitting here like, okay,
smile.
Exactly. It looks like after
I'm going to buy him a beer, and maybe he'll smile then.
I think he's going to need a couple of those. So
he can have half a dozen if he wants.
You got to have some fun here.
No,
I mean, you got your sons
that.
here. You got,
Oh, he's huge. He's my son and my daughter. My daughter's in New York now, but my son, he's a huge part of my operation. He's definitely my right-hand man, and I've got a great crew too. We talk about all these wins and everything. I'll put my help against anybody. They all do a great job, and I'm grateful for that.
That's the one thing that when you talk to any successful trainer or coach, they talk about their staff and the crew that they have there.
I think that's in any business that's successful. You've got to have good help to go to this kind of level and have this many horses. And my help, they do a great job for me.
I know when I've been down at the training center, your son is hustling all over the place. Your daughter's working hard, as your entire staff is. And, I want to thank you and Tom for stopping over here.
No problem.
Go and
Pleasure.
enjoy the win now, okay?
I'm going to buy a beer for my friend and see if we can make him smile.
So we got a little smile here, but
it's difficult.
It is. It is. He just sits there
He's thinking of the next race.
The look is kind of like me when my horse breaks. It's just like, oh gosh, here we go again. It's been good lately.
Thanks very much.
Bill Belichick look.
That's exactly what it is.
God bless you.
Pleasure meeting you. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Virgil. So go and enjoy it. So, winning trainer of Grace Hill. Let's head up for the post parade.
Horses leaving the paddock headed to the track for the 13th race of the $250,000 Dayton Trotting Derby. There are no changes at the 13th. It will start the late double on the Dayton Derbies. Races 13 and 14, there are no changes. Here's the field. Number 1 is Kildare King, where Robert Goodman. Chris Beaver trains a mark of 150-1 at the Red Mile. Aaron Merriman drives number 1, Kildare King. Number 2, Loved by the Masses, owned by Pollock Racing and trainer Jeff Collifer, a mark of 150-2 at the Meadowlands. Todd McCarthy on the 2, Loved by the Masses. Number 3 is Hill Exotic by Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Simeon, Philip Colora. Ron Berg trains a mark of 150-2 at Harris, Philadelphia. Yannick Gingras, the 3, Hill Exotic. Number 4 is Keg Stand, owned by Black Horse Racing, Christina Tactor and John Fielding. Nancy Tactor trains, mark of 150-4 at the Meadowlands. Scott Zeron, the 4, Keg Stand. 5, it's Academic, owned by Bradley Grant. Ron Berg trains. A mark of 150-1 at the Meadowlands. David Miller drives number 5. It's Academic. Number 6, Southwind Carry On. Owned by SRF Stable. Okie Swanstead, Knudsen Trotting, and Brittany Farms in Riverview. Okie Swanstead trains, a mark of 150-2 at the Meadowlands. Okie Swanstead drives the 6, Southwind Carry On. 7 is Incommunicado, owned by Knudsen Trotting. Little E LLC, Arthur Geiger, David Schultz. Okie Swanstead trains, a mark of 151-1 at the Meadowlands. Andrew McCarthy drives number 7 Incommunicado. Number 8 is Take All Comers by Run the Table Stables. Jim Campbell trains, mark of 150-4 at Harris, Philadelphia. Tim Tetrick on the 8, Take All Comers. And completing the field is number 9, Al Raja One, owned by Scuderi My Horse Inc. Okie Swanstead trains. Mark of 150-2 this season at Woodbine Mohawk Park. Dexter Dunn drives the 9, Al Raja One. That's the field for the Dayton Trotting Derby. Win, play, show, exacta, trifecta.
Let's take a look at the field for the Dayton Trotting Derby. The number 1 is Kildare King. Aaron Merriman drives for Chris Beaver. This 5-year-old gelding by Trixton is out of the mare Exclusivity, owned by Robert Goodman of Lexington, Kentucky. Has hit the board in 11 of 15 this year. 5 of those wins. Has hit the board in 5 of the last 6. Last win came at Scioto Downs back on September 1st. Last race out was at Hoosier Park. In the Caesars, finished 8th.
Loved by the masses, Todd McCarthy up for trainer Jeff Culliper. Jeff also co-owns this horse along with Pollock Racing. It's a 6-year-old Muscle Mass out of a Northern Bailey mare. 12 starts this year, 2 wins. The fastest of those was 150-3 at the Meadowlands. Also has a record of 50-2 as a 4-year-old at the Meadowlands. $794,000 in earnings in 79 starts.
The number 3 is Hill Exotic. Ron Burke trains. Yannick Gingras will drive. Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Buscemi and P. Colera own this 6-year-old by Muscle Hill out of Exotic Destination. 17 starts, 7 wins, $235,000 in earnings this year. Lifetime, $842,000, coming off a 5th place finish back on September 9th at Yonkers.
Scott Zeron between the wheels for Keg Stand. Nancy Tactor trains. Black Horse Racing, Christina Tactor, and John Fielding are the owners. This is a 4-year-old by Bar Hopping out of an Angus Hall mare. 541 lifetime earnings, 541,000 lifetime earnings. 5 wins just this year, coming off a, it was a qualifier at Lexington, his last start in 53-4. Has a mark at the Meadowlands of 150-4.
The number 5 is Ohio's newest millionaire, $2 millionaire, $2 million millionaire, something like that. It's late. We're getting spongy again. It's Academic. David Miller drives for Ron Burke. This one is owned by Bradley Grant. This 6-year-old by Uncle Peter is out of the mare Annapolis. Has hit the board in 12 of 13 this year. The only time it did not was in the MGM Yonkers Invitational 2 races ago. Finished 4th. Was a winner at Caesars over in Hoosier Park. Has earnings now lifetime of $2.1 million.
Southwind Tyrone. Aki Svensson up. Aki also trains and co-owns this horse along with SRF Stable, Knutson Trotting, Brittany Farms, and Riverview. 7 starts this year, 3 wins. Has already earned $132,000 in those 7 starts this year. A mark of 50-2. This is a 5-year-old Muscle Hill out of a Cantab Hall mare. $461,000 in lifetime earnings. And a mark this year is a 5-year-old of 50-2.
The number 7 is Incommunicado. Aki Svanstedt trains. Andrew McCarthy drives. This Chapter 7 gelding is out of a Cantab Hall mare. Grand Cavilla, Newton's Trotting, Little Geiger, and Stoltz own this Chapter 7. 7 times has hit the board in 10 starts, 6 wins, earnings of $209,000.
Take All Comers and Tim Tetrick have the 8-hole. Jim Campbell is the trainer. Run the Table Stables from New Jersey is the owner of this 5-year-old creatine out of a Cantab Hall mare. 9 starts this year, 4 wins. The fastest of those, 150-4 at Philadelphia. His lifetime earnings of $708,871.
The number 9 is Alraja Won It. Aki Svanstedt trains for Scudetera My Horse out of Delray Beach. Has raced just 4 times in the last 2 years. Has won all 4 of those. Was a winner in its only race this year at Woodbine in the Maple Leaf, winning in 150-2.
The trotters from the
They are ready to roll. Let's send it up to Barry Vickroy.
Hell Exotic, Keg Stand, It's Academic, Southwind Terrian, Incommunicado, Take All Comers, and Al Rajawan on the outside of field of 9 for the Dayton Trotting Derby. They're at the post of the here they go. Here off and trotting for the lead, Kildare King. Good start from the rail. Hill Exotic was sent away. Center of the track, It's Academic. Along the inside, Loved by the Masses is next. Southwind Terrian in between horses, driving 3 wide. Al Raja 1. Next is Keg Stand. He's 7th. On the outside and moving early, Take All Comers and the trailer Incommunicado as they make their way on over to the quarter. It's Kildare King who fronts the field. Hill Exotic is there second, the quarter in 27-1. It's Academic had the tuck in third. He's out and on the move under whip tap, urging from Dave Miller. Al Rajawan is next in 4th. He's 2 back, racing 5th, Loved by the Masses. Take All Comers on the outside. Inside is Southwind Terrian, the trailers. Keg Stand has 1 beat. That's Incommunicado. Circle the Paddock turn, march onto the half, and It's Academic is taking over the lead from Kildare King. Will follow now from the pocket. Hill Exotic is 3rd. It's still 2.5, nearly 3 down. Raja 1. Then it is Loved by the Masses. He's looking to get underway. For Todd McCarthy, the half was 54-3, 27-2 in the second split. Along the inside, Southwind Terrian following cover. Take All Comers. Then it is Incommunicado in the trailer now. Keg Stand to 3/4 they go. It's Academic has the lead. Kildare King the pocket. Here comes Al Rajawan on the outside. Loved by the Masses trying to go with his cover. Hill Exotic to the inside. Southwind Terrian 6. 122-3. 28 flat backside. It's Academic inside. Al Rajawan coming to him on the outside. Kildare King at 75-1 has had the trip. Top of the stretch. They're on their way home in the Dayton Trotting Derby. It's Academic digging in. Al Rajawan trying to get by him. It's Academic. Al Rajawan. Hill Exotic flying late. Hill Exotic and Al Rajawan in a photo. 151-1.
Where did Hill Exotic come from? Holy jeez, came flying down and I think got up for the win.
And 3 across the wire like that. What a beautiful race.
Of the photo, that's going to be a new track record.
New track record, regardless of who wins it, as they went in 151-1. So it looked like Hill Exotic got up at the wire. Al Raja won it, I think, was second, and It's Academic third. And like they say, it seems like at these tracks, the outside horse, where the cameras are, gets that line. And if you look, this camera's a little the last camera's a little before the finish line. So we'll have to see.
That was a great finish. My gosh. Well, yep.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
First
outside horse.
The photograph, 3, Hill Exotic. Second the 9, Al Rajawan. Third the 5, It's Academic. Fourth the 1, Kildare King. 3, 9, 5, 1. Unofficial Hill Exotic upsets in the Dayton Trotting Derby at 22-1.
We've had a couple of those long shots come in tonight, and that one at 22-1. And after winning 3 last year and the first race this year, El Raja won it, did not win it tonight, finishes second.
Puts Hill Exotic so close to a millionaire. It puts her at about $968,000.
Yep.
Making his way back and into the Midland Acres winner's circle. After winning the $250,000 Dayton Trotting Derby and upsetting it 22-1 in track record fashion, number 3, Hill Exotic. 6-year-old colored son of Muscle Hill out of the Dream Vacation Mare Exotic Destination. He is owned by Burke Racing Stable. Weaver Buscemi and Philip Calora, trained by Ron Burke. Yannick Gingras, the winning driver. It's his 24th career win, his 8th of the season. The mile 151-1 will establish a new track record for an age-gelding trotter here at Dayton Raceway. Hill Exotic track record performance in taking the Dayton Trotting Derby 151-1. Hill Exotic and Yannick Gingras.
A big party in the winner's circle tonight for the connections for Hill Exotic. Ron Burke trains, Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Buscemi, and P. Calora of Mountaintop, Pennsylvania. The winners. And we'll see if we're going to get an interview. I know Rachel Barker is down there, but I don't think they ended up getting the sound system working tonight. We'll wait to get the final rundown from Barry Vickroy. It is now official. The winner pays $46.80. Exacta $108.80, and we'll wait for Barry to give us that rundown.
Unbelievable training job on that 9 horse. I mean, just a brutal trip. The horse was off 9 months, you know, and then he comes out and wins the Maple Leaf Trot and second out here, beat a neck out of the 9 hole.
Exactly. I mean, only raced 3 times last year and only once this year.
Yep.
You know.
I mean, he is a monster. Not to take anything away from the Burke entry, because both of those trotters he had in there are just amazing too.
Was basically off a year.
Yeah.
Start at 9.3 and then off to 9.2. Let's go up for the rundown.
$3.9, $1 exact, $108.80, 50 cents try, $3.95, $128. The 20-cent super pays $638.18. Here's the official order. Finish Kildare King 4, Loved by the Masses 6, Hill Exotic the winner, Cake Stand 9. It's Academic 3, Southwind Terrian 5, Incommunicado 7, Take All Comers 8, Al Raja 1, 2. Top down 4, 6, 1, 9, 3, 5, 7, 8, 2 on the bottom. Hill Exotic wins the Dayton Trotting Derby track record performance 151-1. 14th race is up next.
So there you go. That is the 13th in the books. One more to go, and that will be the Dayton Derby. Post time just 9 minutes away. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll tell you about the field of 9 for the Dayton Derby when we return to Hollywood, Dayton.
The future is bright in Ohio. Ohio Sire Stakes, Buckeye Stallion Series, 65 county and independent fairs. Whether it's the Ohio Sire Stakes, the Buckeye Stallion Series, or the County Fair, Ohio has a place for your racehorse. This year, Ohio breds are racing for over $20 million in stakes purses. Be part of the winning. Breed, buy, race, win in Ohio.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care. and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Welcome back to Hollywood Dayton, and joined by a very familiar face, Mr. John Campbell. John, thank you for joining us tonight.
It's my pleasure.
What brings you out to Dayton for these races?
Well, the Hambletonian Society administers these races for Dayton, and we like to support these racetracks that are putting on Grand Circuit races. So I've been out here the last, I think, 5 or 6 years for this event, and I'm still a big fan of racing. So the fact that I get to go to these big nights, that works out really well for me. I always enjoy watching great horses race.
You were at the Jug. You're here. Are you planning on buying a house in Ohio? You're here so much lately.
No, I'm just in and out. But, I do make trips, each and every year as the Jug. And then I go to Hoosier the night after the Jug, and back here each and every year on to Lexington. So it's a great schedule for me because we're seeing the best of the best. It's the Grand Circuit at its finest.
And finest is we've got a great race coming up here in about 10 minutes with this field. Just talk a little bit about the Grand Circuit and how big it really is.
Well, as soon as you put Grand Circuit, it's got a panache and a prestige to it. And if you look at these tracks that are putting on Grand Circuit races, the one thing that drives handle is Grand Circuit races. That's something that you'll see a spike in handle here. You'll see a spike in handle at Lexington, Mohawk, and even the Meadowlands. As soon as they put Grand Circuit races on, there's a spike in handle. And that means there's a spike in interest. That means more people are watching, more people are betting. It's the only barometer we have for our popularity in this day and age is handle. So Grand Circuit is something that certainly moves the needle. It moves the needle for the yearling sales for sure. And people, when they're buying these expensive or mid-range or even low-range yearlings, when their hopes and dreams are, they want Grand Circuit horses. They want to race in the Hambletonians, races like we have here, Kentucky Futurity, Little Brown Jug. That's what their hopes and dreams are.
Are you surprised at how much people are paying for yearlings?
I am a little bit, but again, the opportunities for people to get their money back and make money are out there. They've never been greater. The sire stake programs, I don't have to tell you about Ohio, what that's meant to Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, New Jersey. The sire stakes the last few years has been jumped up tremendously. So there's so many opportunities, but again, those hopes and dreams go back to I'm hoping to get a Grand Circuit horse, but if I don't, I've got a fallback plan where I can still make money.
Are you surprised at how fast the horses are going now? I mean, Susan made a point the last race that the slowest time, I think, was 50-1. I think
51.
is what 51.
Slowest record.
I am and I'm not, because when I started, the time was totally different than it is now, and I saw the evolution of our breed, and it's just continued. I guess the one thing I am a little surprised at is how many horses can go that fast. And there's just more and more of them. The pool of horses that can pace in 150 and faster has just gotten so much bigger in the last, 5, 6, 7 years. And that will continue. So that has surprised me a little bit. But the fact that the times keep going down all the time, that the evolution of the breed, the horse just changed so much in my lifetime driving, and it continues to.
Just over a week ago at Delaware, you surprised a lot of people and gave a lot of people a thrill getting back in the bike to lead the post parade for the Little Brown Jug. What was that like?
That was fun. That was just fun. Wendy Ross brought it up to me, would I be willing to do it? And I thought about it briefly, and I thought, you know what, that'll be pretty cool. And I'm so glad I did it. The reception from the fans was tremendous. And it was just, for me, on a personal level, it was just fun to be out there on the track, go by and hear those people cheering and acknowledging you. It was very, very cool.
Make you want to maybe think about getting back in there,
No,
unretiring?
no, I don't. I know my place. I'm in a great place. And if I go back to driving, I'm not going to be better at it. That's for sure. They'll be going by me on both sides at this point. But no, I'm in a great place. But that was just a little nostalgic trip for me to go around that track. The Jug was so much a part of my career and something I look forward to each and every year to get there. So just to have one more spin around it at a slow rate was pretty good.
I brought it up earlier today. There's a lot of special moments and things like that, and a lot of people didn't see the special moment you had with Linda Toscano in the infield at the end, except for a picture that luckily was taken. Talk a little bit about that moment.
Well, Linda is very special to me and my family. Linda worked for myself and Jim when we had horses in New York 40 years ago. So Linda's always had a special place in the heart of my family and Jim and my wife Paula. So very happy for her success. So when I saw her, it was just one of those things that, that was meant to be. We gave each other a hug. The fact that it got caught on camera was kind of special. We got a lot of mileage out of that on Facebook, but just very happy for Linda and very proud of the trainer that she's become and the voice in the industry that Linda has become.
Next month, Hoosier Park, Breeders' Crown.
Can't wait.
It should be just a great night.
I'm really proud of what the Breeders' Crown has become. Even before I took this job, Tom Charters and Maura Fanning have built the Breeders' Crown into what it is. But next month, I think we've got the potential for some tremendous races. I think, I just kind of hope, in my mind, I hope it's my show and Confederate don't race each other till the Breeders' Crown. And we got Geocentric coming in. There's just so many storylines and great horses. The 10-horse fields there, I think, are going to be an equalizer to some of these horses, and I think it's just going to be a great event. And Hoosier Park does a tremendous job putting on events. I'm really looking forward to it, and I think we're just hoping for the weather to be decent and the racing to be fair, and I'm very confident that we're going to really kind of knock it out of the park from a product standpoint and from a betting standpoint.
How much bigger can harness racing get?
Well, that's a tough question, I guess. I think maintaining is, a major job in certain jurisdictions. The thing that we have to do is just always keep striving to make our big events as popular and as special and treat the fans the best we can at our big events. And I think that's what we have to focus on. Getting people back to the track like they used to come to, that's just not going to happen. But exposing people that have never been to races to big events, making sure they have a good time, and we treat those people properly and hopefully turn some of those people into fans moving forward, that should be our focus.
For an industry that people thought was on a downward trend, it seems like these companies are starting to really invest again in these tracks and everything. You saw it with Eldorado Scioto Downs this past year, and that's got to be good for the business too.
It is. We're very fortunate with Eldorado. They've got a racing division. Joe Morris is the head of that. He's very pro racing. He's very pro big event. Great to work with. So we're very fortunate in that regard. There's many positives in our industry right now.
Well, John, we're going to head up to the post parade. Thank you so much for joining us. It's been a pleasure, and enjoy your time in Ohio.
Thank you very much. I always do.
Let's send it up to Barry Vickroy.
Dexter Dunn drives the 1, Forever Boy. Number 2 is Little Rocket Man, owned by Russ Beeman and Boomer Freeman. Ken Rocker trains. Earnings over $972,000. Mark of 147-2 at Hoosier Park. Scott Zeron drives the 2, Little Rocket Man. Number 3 is Line Drive Hanover by West Wind Stable. McKinley and Fielding and Mac Nickel. Anthony Beaton, the trainer. Earnings nearing $500,000. Mark of 147 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. James McDonald drives the 3, Line Drive Hanover. Number 4 is Luz Pearlman, owned by Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Racimi. Elizabeth Novak and Howard Taylor, Ronberg trains. $1.1 million in career earnings. Mark 147-4 at the Meadowlands. David Miller drives the 4, Luz Pearlman. Number 5 is Tattoo Artist by Let It Ride Stables. Frank Cannon, Diamond Creek Racing, Bottom Line Racing. Dr. Ian Moore trains. Earnings $2.5 million. A mark of 147 in Wanted Woodbine Mohawk Park. Louis Wah, the 5, Tattoo Artist. Number 6 is Charlie May, owned by Don Tiger. Steve Carter trains. Over $2 million in career earnings. A mark of 147 and 1 at the Meadowlands. Brett Miller, number 6, Charlie May. Number 7, By the Missile. It's owned by Burke Racing Stable. Eric Good, Rich Lombardo Racing, Weaver Bersimi, Ronberg trains. $1.5 million in career earnings. A mark of 147 and 1 at the Meadowlands. Yannick Gingras drives the 7, By the Missile. Number 8 is Allywag Hanover, owned by Allywag Stable. Brett Pelling, the trainer. Over $2 million in career earnings. His mark at the Red Mile, 146. Todd McCarthy drives the 8, Allywag Hanover. And completing the field is number 9, Hullabaloo, owned by Burke Racing Stable. Eric Good, Weaver Bersimi, and Larry Carr. Ronberg trains. Earnings nearing $1 million for his career, a mark of 148 and 4 at the Meadows. Tim Tetrick drives the 9, Hullabaloo. That's the field for the Dayton Derby.
There is your field.
One quick thing before we get into the field is the last one we said the Trotters, the slowest record in there was 151 and 1. In this race, the slowest lifetime record is 48 and 4.
Under 49.
Yeah.
The one question I would have liked to follow up with John Campbell was how fast do you think they can go?
Yeah.
Just to see what he would have said on that. Let's take a look at the field for the Dayton Derby. The number 1 is Forever Boy. Dexter Dunn drives for Tim Twaddle. This is a 4-year-old by Sweet Lou out of the Mach 3 mare Mock Around the Clock. Mickey Ray Stables and Tim Twaddle own. 13 starts this year, 3 wins, a second and a third, earnings of $141,000. Lifetime, 50 starts, 8 wins, earnings of $885,000. A win tonight, and Forever Boy goes over the $1 million mark, coming off a second-place finish in the Open at Philadelphia.
Scott Zeron drives Little Rocket Man from the 2 spot. Ken Rucker, the trainer. Russell Beeman and Jack Freeman, owners of this 7-year-old Rockin' Image gelding. $972,000 in earnings. A win tonight will put him over the $1 million mark also. A record as a 4-year-old of 47 and 2 at Hoosier Park.
The number 3 is Line Drive Hanover. James McDonald drives for Anthony Beaton. This is a 5-year-old gelding by Betting Line out of Lillian, Hanover. Owners are West Winds Stable, McKinley and Fielding, and Mac T of Nichols, Ontario. 10 starts this year, 2 wins, 2 seconds, 3 thirds, earnings of $134,000. Was third last time out up at Woodbine.
The Millionaire Luz Pearlman as David Miller up. They will leave from the post position 4. Ron Burke, the trainer. Burke Racing Stable, Weaver Bruchemi, E. Novak, and H. Taylor all own this 5-year-old Sweet Lou. It's out of a well-said mare. 68 lifetime starts, 20 wins, $1,100,737. a mark as a 3-year-old of 147-4 at the Meadowlands.
The number 5 is the favorite, 3-5 Tattoo Artist. Lewis Raw drives for trainer Dr. Ian Moore. This 6-year-old by He's Watching out of the Arts Place Mare Stylish Artist is owned by Let It Ride Stables, Diamond Creek Racing, and Bottom Line Racing of Florida. Has hit the board in 12 of 18 this year, has won 6 of those 18s with earnings just under $700,000. Lifetime earnings $2.55 million, has won the last 4, including the Ewart over at Scioto Downs.
And Ohio's own Charlie May from the 6-hole, Brett Miller up. Steve Carter, the trainer. Don Tiger from Cannonsburg, Pennsylvania, owns this 5-year-old McCardle out of a Western Hanover mare called Stipple Hanover. 59 lifetime starts, 27 wins, $2,020,000 earned, a mark as a 4-year-old. So last year in 47-1.
The number 7, By the Missile. Yannick Gingras drives for Ron Burke, owns Burke Racing Stable along with E. Good, Rich Lombardo Racing, and Weaver Burshemi. Owned By the Missile, 10 starts, 7 wins, 1 second this year, earnings lifetime of almost $1.6 million.
Allywag Hanover, Todd McCarthy, $2 million earned. This is a 6-year-old Captain Treacherous.
The number 9 is Hullabaloo. Tim Tetrick drives for Ron Burke, 23 starts, 5 first, 6 seconds. This is a 5-year-old by Sweet Lou. We are set to go. Let's send it up to Barry Vickroy for the call of the Dayton Derby.
For the Dayton Derby. Gate swings into the back stretch of the air. They go. They're off and pacing. Perfect start. Little Rocket Band goes out for the lead. Tattoo Artist center of the track. By the Missile sent away early. Inside is Forever Boy. Next is Line Drive Hanover. He's into the turn in 5th. Charlie May up on the outside. Lose Perlman along the inside. Away 8th. Allywag Hanover and Hullabaloo at the back. As they roll off the turn, drive to the quarter. Louis Wan, Tattoo Artist, grab early command. Little Rocket Band is racing there in 2nd. By the Missile settled in 3rd. 26-4. Opening panel. Racing in 4th is Forever Boy. Line Drive Hanover next to the inside. Charlie May continues up on the outside. Following his cover is Allywag Hanover. Next to the inside in 8th is Luz Perlman and the trailer Hullabaloo. They circle the paddock turn, march to the half. It's Tattoo Artist who fronts the field. Little Rocket Band has the pocket at 23-1 for Zeron. By the Missile is their 3rd. Charlie May is at his wheel and continuing on for Brett Miller. Forever Boy to the inside, the half, 55-1. A little soft, 28-2 in the second split. Following cover, Allywag Hanover towed up into the action for Todd McCarthy. Gapping that cover, but underway is Luz Perlman. Then it is Line Drive Hanover in the trailer Hullabaloo. To 3/4 they go. Tattoo Artist is the one to catch. Charlie May on the outside. Little Rocket Man looking to score the big upset. He's had the trip. Allywag Hanover comes 3 wide. 121-4. 26-3. Backside. By the Missile to the inside. He's looking to shake free as they come to the top of the stretch. It's Tattoo Artist. Little Rocket Man starts to edge from the pocket up the inside. By the Missile. Tattoo Artist has the lead. He's digging in. He's doing it again. Tattoo Artist drawing away in the Dayton Derby. 148.
Tattoo Artist does it again. New track record. Is that what he just said? A new track record for Tattoo Artist. 148 flat. Wins for the 7th time this year. That's now 5 in a row. Wow. And Tattoo Artist just showed why he was one of the best.
Never asked him, it didn't look like.
No.
I mean, he was just sitting.
Made it look easy.
Yeah.
Little Rocket Man tried to get up. Charlie May contended for a little bit, but faded well back into the pack. And we'll have to see what the official numbers were. So here comes the stretch run. And you can see Tattoo Artist just, a hand drive.
raised the whip up
Yep.
there, and that was it.
Hand drive for him. And it looks like getting up for second, I think, was Little Rocket Man and Scott Zeron, and then finishing third.
By the missile.
Was it by the missile? Which I don't even remember Barry.
Officially first, 5 Tattoo Artist, second to 2, Little Rocket Band, third to 7, by the missile, fourth to 1, Forever Boy, finishing fifth to complete the high 5-3, line drive, Hanover, 5-2-7-1-3.
So,
high five numbers.
So By the Missile gets up for third. I don't even remember hearing Barry mention By the Missile at all in any of the call.
New track record, 148.
So, Tattoo Artist with
returning back to the
Lewis Raw. Here's Barry.
Winner of the $250,000 Dayton Derby track record performance for the 5 Tattoo Artist. 6-year-old son of He's Watching. Out of the Arts Place Mare's Stylish Artist, owned by Let It Ride Stables. Frank Cannon. Diamond Creek Racing, Bottom Line Racing. Dr. Ian Moore, the winning trainer. Louis Wah, the winning driver. It's the 7th of the season, 38th career win for Tattoo Artist. That is 5 in a row for him. He establishes a new track record for an aged pacing stallion here, winning the Dayton Derby in 1:48.
Age pacing stallion record falls to Tattoo Artist, finishing second. Little Rocket Man, third was By the Missile, fourth Forever Boy, and 5 Line Drive Hanover. And you say 148 new track record, that's 4/5 from his lifetime mark, so it's not even,
Yeah.
You say 148 and you think you're going to be saying lifetime mark with some of these horses, but you see these times, I mean, just...
Yeah, well, look, Alleyway Hanover, 146. It's just hard to believe how fast they are.
So the celebration, and here comes Tattoo Artist, who will now head back to the paddock.
With his carrots.
With his carrots that the groom showed it to him and teased him a little bit like, hey, you're going to get these eventually. So there you go.
What a great night.
It was a great night. It was a great night of racing, 14 races. I see we're now joined by the president of the Matt Clark fan club over there, Dalton Walls, along with Ronnie Gillespie. They're over there talking to Matt. But, no, it was a great night of racing. We started with just a filly and mares open, and then we had 8 great Buckeye Stallion Series races. 8 different drivers win. The only trainer to double up was Melby Ober Jr. Matt Rowe gets himself 2 Buckeye Stallion Series. He was, very happy. We had some great races here in the Dayton Derbies as they wrapped up. And, Susan, great job getting all those interviews, especially topping it all off with John Campbell.
I won. I'm sorry, Frank, but
yes,
I
did.
won the interview thing. I got John Campbell.
Yes, you did. you did get John Campbell for the interview, so that was...
I have to say it was a little intimidating sitting next to him.
I kept looking over to see if he had a question you wanted to ask him.
It was like I couldn't get anything out. It's John Campbell, for goodness sakes.
Just another great night of racing as we slowly wrap up all of our live streams here. We've got, don't forget, we got fair racing next week from Coshocton, a couple of nights of fair racing, so we will have some of that as well, the official results. I haven't heard Barry give the official rundown yet, but...
we don't want to leave you until we get that.
Because I know some people like to get that, the official rundown, and we haven't gotten that yet.
And as you said, we've got Coshocton next, I think it's Tuesday and Wednesday, and then next Sunday right back here at Dayton for the Montgomery County Fair. Then we go to Lancaster for 2 days, and that will finish up the fair season.
Then we'll wrap it up from...
except for the championship.
For the championship up in Northfield Park, so looking forward to that. But another night of great racing when you get right down to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it turned out to be just a pleasant evening too. It really was. It was a little hot earlier, but ended up being a very nice night. And I'm not sure how much longer we're going to wait for Barry to give us this rundown here, but we'll give him another minute.
Because you've got to get.
I've got to get on there.
Yeah. Buffalo.
Well, it's about by the time we get out of here and I get home, it's going to be 1 o'clock in the morning, and I got to be up at 4. So here's the rundown. Thanks, Barry.
5-2 exacta. The $2 price is $29.20. 50-cent try, $26.85. Super Factor, $105.90. The high five, $494.20. 3-5, late double, $54.60. The late pick 3 of 3, $64.25. The late pick 4, 4-4, $84.95. Here's the official order finish for the 14th. Forever Boy 4, Little Rocket Man 2, Line Drive Hanover 5, Loose Pearlman 9, Tattoo Artist the winner, Charlie May 8, By the Missile 3, Alleywag Hanover 6, Hullabaloo 7. Recheck top down, 4-2-5, 9-1-8, 3-6-7 on the bottom. Track record performance from Tattoo Artist. He takes the 2023 Dayton Derby in 1:48.
Well, that'll wrap it up from the Dayton Hollywood Raceway tonight. We had a great night of racing. We had 8 Buckeye Stallion Series races, the Dayton Derbies, the Dayton Consolation, and just a fun night for everybody involved. So that'll do it for us from Dayton. For Matt Clark, Susan Schroeder, I'm Frank Fraz saying have a pleasant rest of your Saturday night, everybody, and we will see you at the Coshocton County Fair coming this Tuesday. Good night, everybody.
This has been the Buckeye Stallion Series Finals. The Buckeye Stallion Series Finals have been brought to you by the Galbraith Equine Center at the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center. Caring down to a science. The Buckeye Stallion Series Finals are a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.